Trained doctors missed a gorilla in plain sight. Picture a radiologist. Years of training, thousands of scans, someone whose entire job is to spot the almost invisible, a shadow, a speck, the faint early ghost of something dangerous. They are staring at a scan of a patient's lungs, hunting for tiny warning signs. And there, tucked into the corner of the image, is a gorilla. Not a shadow, not a speck, a gorilla, roughly the size of a matchbook, shaking its fist at the camera, 48 times larger than the specks they are trained to catch. And most of them never see it, which sounds impossible. How can an expert look directly at something that obvious, something a child would spot in a heartbeat, and be, for all practical purposes, blind to it? Not blind because their eyes failed, not blind because it was hidden, blind while looking straight at it. To understand how, you have to give up one of the most comforting ideas you carry around, the idea that your eyes are cameras. They are not cameras. They are a torch in a dark room. A camera captures everything in front of it, evenly, all at once. A torch does something completely different. It lights up the one thing you are pointing it at and leaves everything else in the dark. Your attention is that torch, and it is far, far narrower than it feels. Right now, it feels like you are seeing this whole scene, richly, edge to edge. You are not. You are lighting up a tiny circle of it and confidently guessing the rest. And whatever falls outside that circle, however large, however strange, can sit there in total darkness, even with your eyes aimed right at it. You already know this torch by heart. It is the friend who talks to you while you are reading, and you nod, and you hear nothing. It is searching the whole fridge for the butter that is sitting, enormous, on the middle shelf. Your eyes passed over it. Your torch simply was not pointed at it. And so, in every way that counts, it was not there. The most famous version of this began with a basketball. Researchers filmed people passing a ball and asked viewers to count the passes. Halfway through, a person in a full gorilla suit strolled into the middle of the group, thumped their chest, and strolled off. Around half the viewers, busy counting, never noticed the gorilla at all. Now, you could dismiss that. Ordinary people, a silly game, nobody does that in real life. So a second team asked a much sharper question. What about the experts? They took 24 trained radiologists and asked them to do the thing they do best, search lung scans for tiny nodules. And into the final scan, they slipped a tiny image of a gorilla, matchbook-sized, 48 times bigger than the nodules the doctors were hunting for. 83% of the radiologists never saw it. More than 4 out of 5, blind to a gorilla in a lung. But the truly haunting part came from the eye tracking. The researchers had been recording exactly where each doctor's eyes landed, and most of the radiologists who missed the gorilla had looked directly at it. Their eyes found it, their gaze rested on the spot, but their minds were asking one narrow question. Are there any nodules? And the gorilla was not a nodule, so it was quietly filed under not what I am looking for and never reached awareness. They were looking at it. They were not seeing it. There is a difference, and it lives in the gap between your eyes and your attention. Here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. You might expect expertise to protect against this, that the more skilled you are, the more you notice. In some ways, it is the opposite. The better you are at your task, the more ruthlessly your brain filters, the more sharply it locks onto what matters and discards everything that does not. The expert is not seeing more of the world. The expert is seeing less of it, on purpose, and calling the missing parts irrelevant. And to be fair, this is not a flaw in radiologists. It is a limit in every human skull, theirs and yours. It is the price of being able to focus at all, which leads somewhere quietly enormous. Most of what surrounds you right now is a gorilla, present, obvious, sitting in full view and completely invisible, not because it is hidden, but because you are not asking about it. Attention is not a window onto the world. It is a door you hold open just a crack, letting in the narrow slice you decided mattered and shutting out everything else. Your sense that you are seeing what is there is the grandest illusion of all. You are seeing what you are looking for, and the world is far more crowded with gorillas than you will ever notice. You do not see what is in front of you. You see what you are looking for. So the real question is not, how did they miss the gorilla? The question is, what is standing in the middle of your life right now, in plain sight, that you have simply never thought to look for? If you enjoyed this strange little journey, subscribe and help us reach 1 million curious minds. There are many more weird facts hiding in plain sight, and we intend to bother all of them. The only question left is, which one we bother next?